There about now. How about now? Why is my picture so small? Hold on. Let's see. Is that's more like it? All right. There we go. All right. Testing 1 2. Can the internet hear me? Hello, Emily. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. So this is my first time trying. I just got a head shave yesterday with the new glasses. I still look like I'm gonna hack your computer, but I'm gonna do it for the FBI, you know? I don't think I can get away from that. Looking sounds good, or sounds and looks good. Hey, Mom. How's it going? Debbie is my mother, everybody. All right, so everything's good. Looks like it's good to go. Welcome. My name is Kurt. I'm usually a comic book colorist, but I've gotten too much ego, and I've decided I'm an artist now. No, that's just to make my mom crazy. I've been drawing since I was born. I've just finally decided to draw a comic book, and I apologize today if you hear any weird clicking or any noises from my head, neck, or jaw today, because man, I'm having one of those, like, yeah, sometimes my head doesn't sit quite right on the rest of my skeleton. You guys have that problem? It's like you wake up some mornings and it's like, we're doing this today, and then, you know, I really feel good. I feel great. I feel better than I have in a while, but who knows? Good to see you're making progress. Thank you. It's slow progress, but it's progress. It's actually not even slow progress. Like, I was telling myself this week, I've only, like, been drawing this for a couple hours. And the good comic artists do, like, what, a page a day? I mean, if you're fast. Page a day, something like that. All right, so I'm going to back up, because if some of you guys were here at the end of the last stream, you might be really confused about what you're seeing here. So let me back up to where we were, which is there's where we left off. So this is just a value plan. All right, this is a sketchy value plan. Rough shadows. Where we at? Rough highlights in here somewhere. So it's gonna look like we regress, you know, if you're watching this back to back. But I'm just getting it back to the drawing. And I need to make a big adjustment to the body. Like, I want to get more perspective. I want to get as much perspective in the figure as there is in the body, because I feel like I'm sort of cheating it and not very well right now. So I would like an arm, perhaps, like, you know, a little bit closer to the camera or something, or at least going this way. Is that my drawing? Yep. Type furiously like they do in the movies. Pretend. I could definitely make a gif of like that Jim Carrey gif. We could redo that. The other thing you'll notice, I'm hearing it, I don't know if you're hearing it, there's just the slightest bit of Daffy Duck thing going on. But yeah, while I was getting a haircut yesterday, the guy was like, he's like, you're the only customer that I have who I can watch their Adam's apple rotate when they look up. He's like, it's not supposed to do that. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm working on it. It's much better than it was, actually. All right, I kind of don't want to... Do I want to make a copy of this for later in case I decide I like that better? Let's do that. And we'll put it under here and turn it off. That's the amount of confidence we have today. All right, let's see. Where is the pencil? All right. I want, and I did take some better reference photos. Like or actually just a video. I put a camera sort of in the same spot in my living room, and sort of got in the same position. And we'll see what comes out. And I'll probably end up, all this stuff's getting redrawn anyway at some point. But yeah, I need to start from a clean slate. Otherwise, this one will influence for the... I won't be able to let go. we want no influence. I literally, when I'm talking, I swear my jaw is moving this way instead of straight down. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. It's what this book is about. I promise I'll explain it all at some point. But this is where it started. This is where it all started. Day 3 of no power here. Are you in Houston? Remind me where you are, Mr. Woods. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. Hey, David. Thank you. But yeah, Mr. Woods, I know he's being affected by Hurricane Beryl. No power for 3 days in the south. After a hurricane, the humidity's 1,000,000. Yeah. So the heat index is what? 110, 115. No breeze. Man, that sucks. It sucks horribly. The longest, I think we were like a week or so with, or a couple days, I can't remember. It was 3 or 4 days at least with Katrina, and that taught me everything I ever wanted to know about running out of power. I'm going to try something here. I'm actually going to do this on a new layer because I want to be able to move this around within my sketch. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this out a little bit more because it just bugging me a little bit. I want to be able to see at least a little bit of what's behind it, and it's something like that. So like that's enough. And then these lines are kind of going that way. If you have something in a really weird perspective that you're going to draw, which I'm about to, sometimes what I will do is just kind of draw the box that it's going to be in perspective, like as a starting point. And, or draw the, what do you call it? The, yeah, it's a box. So like, and I'll do this, do this in a separate color. We're not on a separate layer. Let me merge all of that. Now we're on a separate layer. That separate layer should be enough. So like we're contacting the ground, let's say there. The box is coming out in perspective like this-ish. And yeah, something like that. And maybe this is going to really show how my eyeball perspective is not as good as I thought it was going to be. But hopefully not. This needs to be a different color for now. There we go. You guys can see this so much better now. And I really, my 2-point perspective here is again, we're a little rough in it here on the perspective. Whoops. So this will just help me to, this is all wrong, but this goes this way. This goes this way. That's why that didn't look right. Okay, because when we make this point, this is more like it. And just to break that up, we can like do that to show that this is like through the box. Yeah, so it's definitely showing that I've got more of a, it's a bit more of a fisheye lens thing going on, but I think I can work with that. So I'm going to turn this down. But this will give you so like my halfway point here is like there, and I'm not doing this perfectly, but even having these little markings, it's sort of like having a ruler in the space, right? I don't know what these units are, but it's like if I'm drawing a body and the torso is going to take up half of it or whatever, then I know like roughly about where the waist might be or something. I mean I'm being it's all rough. Nice 3D rug. Oh yeah, the best. And the reference is me with my shirt off, and I'm not quite ready to start the OnlyFans account yet. We're not at that point, okay? But my reference is also not exactly at the right angle because I wouldn't want to make this too easy on myself. Yeah, this is going to be hard. Of course, I gave myself like an absolutely freaking impossible initial angle to draw. No, hold on. I need to look at something again. I think I just want to adjust the torso on this one because the placement I like. Isn't this enthralling, everyone? All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. I've got too many. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to what I had, which was this one. Yeah, because I'm not as wrong as I thought I was. You don't know about enthralling, but you heard about the OnlyFans, and so here you are. Yeah, exactly. Just charge subscriptions to watch you draw. Only hands. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, what are we doing here? You know, isn't that it? You're all paying somehow with your time, with the ad watches, memberships, clicking buttons. Paying attention. There you go. You went and made it wholesome. Trying to be let's see. Are my legs that skinny? I guess they are. Where is Eric Canetti when I need him? Like, he is the master of this sort of angle, and his figures in perspective. I was watching what was it on Twitter? It probably was. I gotta pull this up. Yeah, even where are we? Oh god, all his stuff is ridiculous. It's so good. But I'm gonna pull this in. Again, not my drawing here for a second. But his ability to like subtly show you spatial like geometry in perspective with figures, I think there's no one that does it better. But like in this one, it's like the little bit of you can see how like this leg is quite a bit more forward and significantly larger than this one going this way. It's almost twice the size. You don't really see this though. This is like what I realized the other day is you don't see it unless you're looking for it. Look at the size of this leg versus this one, and you're like, well, it's just a perspective thing of a guy standing there. But yeah, it's his ability, like the subtle lean that you just feel in his head coming away from his waist. Like, you cannot, I don't think you can teach this. You either have the spider senses to like feel this or you don't, because I just don't see people that draw like this, very often. And even his like, even the webbing going around the suit, like his ability to see in 3D in his head is just off the charts. Like you can feel, the how these muscles pull into each other. You can see the places where the costume's wrinkling up and the body is even wrinkling up, in response to what's happening. Like this is what I want to get to one day. Like this is the dream. So anyway, I think about Eric with this like nutty ass perspective that I've drawn in here. And think, what would Eric Canetti do? I think that's pretty good words to live by when it comes to your drawing. I will type his name in the chat because it Canete. But anyway, so I'm trying to figure out like he had one just the other day too, and it wasn't that long ago. It'll actually be a better example where But yeah, just go to his Twitter and just ogle it. God, he posts a lot. Okay, maybe it wasn't that long ago. I'm looking. Oh well, that was a Spider-Man that he drew a couple of weeks ago. It may have been more than that long ago, but like and it's the amount of perspective that I'm looking for here, and I can show you better. I can remember it better in his image than what I'm actually trying to draw. But like the head was here, so like here's Spider-Man's, face. His hand was twice the size of his head because I like eyeballed it. And so like his hand came out like this. The other hand was half the size of his head. I'm like, is this a trick that or is this just happened to be this way? But the other hand, I would say, was about, like, if the head's this way, it's like this way. And so this hand is like back here doing this. And then like there's a knee that's like shoved up in the camera. And like, I wonder, it's like, does he do this and then connect it all? Like, I'm still trying to figure out how how his brain operates. Because I could sort of like fake, tying some of this together, and then like, I guess this foot could be like half the size. And that's not terrible. I feel like I could build that into a drawing maybe, but it's that kind of extreme size difference in the perspective that I don't know how you I don't that's impressive to me. It's very, very impressive to me. And so I'm looking at this at all sorts of different angles, trying to get a nice, like, there's definitely like there's a line of action going through here that's something like this. And maybe the rest of this stream is just me trying to figure out this pose, because I want to start this off in the right way. And I was already thinking like, yeah, I'm kind of hiding this because I don't know how to do the other and I'm like, no, like I want this to be what I want it to be. So here we are. And you guys get this total stream of consciousness stream is really what it is. I am not trying to rotate. I am trying to erase. What are you doing? There we go. Hello, Davey. How's it going? How's it going? These are boxers, guys. This thing's gonna be, at least this chapter is definitely not R-rated. Yeah, the doing this without making yourself look 12 feet tall is also a challenge. This is too weird of an angle, man. It's too weird of an angle to try to eyeball with my skill level at this time. We're in the ballpark. This all needs to be relatively bigger, but overall smaller. I think that might. Oh, and that twist helps. And like, really, this is not extreme enough. I don't think. I know exactly how to get the angle that I want, I think. Yeah, this ain't it. All right. I'm going to open up it's very close. Actually, it's closer than I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking if don't mind me. I need to see less back. I can't have my foreshortening and see this and see the back at the same time. That's the issue. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm trying to see too much torso. There should be more overlapping. That does make a difference. I still think I get a better result with an actual model and a camera, so I'm going to see if I can do this in the desktop version of my reference app instead of the VR version. But I don't know. It's harder to use on the desktop. We can do it in VR. I'll do it in VR. It'll take me a second to get it set up, but then I'll excuse me. But yeah, I just need to get it right. You're gonna try your hand at lettering? No. Like I've been telling everybody the joke that I've been making is I'm doing it all myself. Writing, penciling, inking, coloring, hiring a letterer. You know? Like I don't have the passion for lettering, and I know I'm not good at it. And I've already talked to, of course, it was like years ago when I told him initially about this, but I was talking to Hassan, Strip Panel Naked. I don't, Hassan OE, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name properly, but he's, what's the panel by panel editor and all that? Like, he's a killer. He's one of the best editors there are. There are. You know what I'm trying to say. And I gave him a couple of ideas that are like unique lettering ideas that I know I want to have in it, and he's ready to go. He's signed up. I'll have to, I don't know, but by the time that I actually get around to needing him, hopefully he remembers. Oh, he's amazing. He's absolutely nuts. So yeah, if I've got him at my disposal, or as an option, I'm just gonna pay him whatever it costs. Like, man, he's like, I'm tied up, $50 a page. I'm like, oh, no, I really want him though. Let's see. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. So it looks like I saved. Oh man, hold on. Let's deselect that. All right, you guys aren't going to see anything on your screen until I set this up, but just give me a moment here, and you'll be able to see. Ah. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm pulling, if you're just now joining us, I am pulling up some reference to show you and myself so that I can draw this. You guys hear me okay? Let me know. All right. I just got a few little setup things to do, and then I will bring you guys in. One thing I keep forgetting about this app is that you can scale everything down. That you don't have to use it all in real space. So I'm scaling it down so that I'm playing with, you know, G.I. Joe size figures instead of real size people. Let's see. Camera is on. And we need that on, that on. Okay. Hello, hello. So let me see if I can. We're going to. Let's see. Bear with me a moment, guys. Window. Add existing. A little big for us, maybe. Let's bring that down. And so this is a model I have set up that just it's just there's no skin tone or anything. It's just a white model with a lot of reflectivity, so it's easy to it's just easy to see all of the angles and everything. And I've also, and we can adjust this, but I've also got some field of view in the camera we can play around with, to try to like duplicate that angle or whatever. So oh, my headphones are on. I am a professional. I'm so smart. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna move the. So you guys are seeing only the camera view. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna hit this mic like a. Actually, if I put it right where the camera screen is, maybe I won't hit it a million times. I was on my phone up to now. You didn't see what the pose was. Now I'm on my PC. You're going for broke here. Yeah, yeah, it's a weird ass pose. So, and also, all right, I need to. I don't actually know where to start. I think you can rotate the arms, which will rotate the chest. And I'm going to pin the elbow. You can kind of I'm using what do you call it? I'm using the physics engine here to like basically anchor the elbow just like I would in that actual position. And so all the rest of the muscles should actually rotate around that now, you know? Like the elbow is staying in position. Um and this arm is going to go that way and hips are rotating that way. And this foot is down close. This one is up. And the whole pelvis is higher. And now we can grab the camera and try to basically find that angle, which is something about like that. But I'm thinking I want more of a little bit more extreme perspective. So I'm changing the, what do you call it? The field of view. Alright, so if that's there, it blocks all the feet, which we don't want, so... We're in the ballpark. Yeah, I need to move this shoulder. And also, we can move these lights around so I can see a little bit better. Actually, we can put the lights where they would be in the room if I wanted to, which is really cool. What a crazy angle. Looking at it like this. No wonder I couldn't draw this. And I'm actually looking in the camera to find some of these angles instead of the body. I don't know. Problem is, my left controller keeps drifting backwards. I keep having to pull it forward. Hips don't lie. Yeah, I like what I've got better than what's there right now. I just need to keep chipping away at it, I think. I've got it. I have it. It's there if I need it. I can pull it up later. But yeah, the ability to set up like people and lighting in that app is ridiculous. I think there's a link in the description. Did I put a link in the description for that? Yeah, definitely watch the video on it before you give it a shot. Yeah, I think it really is about getting the relative size of these things right to each other. You know, it's like if the knee is too big, it makes the whole thing look way bigger. But this whole book's gonna have a lot of weird anatomy stuff in it, and so I've gotta figure all that part out. And I'll get like better hand reference later and like figure out whatever kind of pose that's going to be. I'm not crazy about this tangent right here at the bottom. So I'll make sure that that doesn't stay there. Yeah, I feel like that's balanced a little bit better anyway. But I came across, you guys know Gavin, Gavin Guidry. I've drawn a bunch of his stuff on the stream. He had posted a, he said it was the advice he gives everybody, basically, when they're asking about drawing and getting into drawing. Which was to start with small stories, you know, which I had decided I was going to do that. But it really, what really made it hit home for me is like, that's how you work out the style. You know what I mean? It's like I've been sweating, like, what is the style of this thing? And I don't know because I haven't drawn enough of anything. Like, my style just is my style. Like, instead of worrying about what that is, just draw it, you know, and do, you know, 4 pages, 6 pages, whatever, like that, something self-contained, and then do it again. It's like, so it's the advice I've given you guys for years when it comes to coloring. You start small, and that's kind of what I'm thinking here too, is to you know, I think it's going to be like an anthology, this first thing, because the other advice that they gave, which I absolutely agree with, is that it should not be your first drawing book. You know, your first book you ever draw should not be an 84-page graphic novel. Like, the first, that's exactly what I was going to do. So it's like, this way I can mess around with style. I can suit the style to the story, because there's different scenes in this that I could turn into little self-contained shorts. So that will let me experiment, you know, every 4, 5, 6, 8 pages and have it all, you know, like be a series of essays or sort of visual essays, you know. Um, and it gets me around the, you know, how much I'm sweating just putting the whole thing together. You know, it's like if I trick myself into doing this like a few pages at a time, then, you know, maybe we can get somewhere. It's like, whoops, there's half a book done now. Yeah, I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of shadows back here, guys. It's going to be, this needs some obscurity, is what this needs. I'm going to flip this and it's going to look like a gerbil or something. All right, I mean, maybe not a gerbil. It's definitely worse. Oh, man. Yeah, this anatomy, I'm going to have to literally have to like get my wife in a very specific position, be like, honey, take this picture of my arm. Because this is not right. All right. I know it's not right. This all like bunches up. Whoops. It's one of those hard lacrosse balls. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It's very close. It's close to being cool. Drawing is hard. Especially when all the canvases you worked on most of the canvases you worked on the last couple of years had a drawing on it already. Boy, some wicked knuckles going on here. All right. That's not awful. This is the other thing that I'm doing. I'm shrinking a lot of this because like the fisheye effect is strong with this, and it was not coming out in the size of those things very well. It looks like it could be a body from that angle. Like, it's such an awkward angle, it's an awkward introduction, and it's all meant to feel awkward. It'll be a lot of text. It'll be like, you know, all the way down this page. These are some rough shadows from earlier. Highlights that no longer apply. I can get rid of that. All right. It wasn't really enough of a size change from like the forearm from the bicep. Like, it should be considerably bigger at this sort of perspective anyway. That's helping. The panel breakout is helping a lot. That's the other thing that I realized was I think the size is actually about right now. It's just I'm wondering I'm going to have to clean this up quite a bit. Because right now that is all faked. You know, I think though, I think we're getting there. I don't hate it anymore. So that's progress. I had long hair, I think. Did I? Hold on. Was this October 19? I'm telling you, Google Photos is pretty good for if you've been using it as long as I have. Yep. So, yep, September is when I had the cupping done on my back, and that like opened something. And it was the next month. I was doing lots of what do you call it? Cranio traction stuff. And was that 18? Sorry, this is important. I got to get my. It's over COVID. I grew my hair out, and I'm trying to remember what it was 18 or 19 that this happened because now I can't remember. It's on my calendar somewhere. Yeah, it was. Well, I wasn't bald, but it was short. All right, I'm gonna sleep on this one. I think. Like when I have something eating at me in a drawing and I can't figure it out, there's something that needs to be addressed. And I don't know if I want this to be the introduction. It's I don't think the angle's too weird. Anyway, I'm gonna think about it. Thank you guys for hanging out today and watching me try to draw. And you know, click all the buttons, do all the things. And we'll see you on